So I'm going to my Lola's house, my grandmother, because she told us she's not feeling so well. And, I think, it's kind of a faking because, she just wants attention. So my mother is sending me over to her house to drop off the leftover food that we have for her, that. So now I have to walk all the way across the village to drop off this food for her. And I have a very busy life, and I told my mother, do I really have to be the one to take this to Lola's house? Can you ask Kuya? Because, he has no life. He doesn't do anything, Dad. I have a life. I'm social. So why can't he do it? So anyways, when I said that, my mother just gave me a look like this. And I said, okay, I'll go. And then she's like, make sure you wear your red hood because your Lola made that for you. So anyway, I put the red hoodie on because my Lola made it for me, even though I look like a handmaid's tale. And I'm walking to Lola's house across the village. And then I was stopped by a stranger. And my mother always tells me not to talk to strangers, but do I listen to my mother? No. So I talked to the stranger. He's kind of like a wolf man, Manong Wolf. I said, Manong Wolf, how are you today? And then he said, oh, where are you going? Where are you going? I said, I'm going to my Lola's house because she's faking a sick and she wants some food. That's really all she wants, is our food because she has no monies. And he said, oh, you're going to Lola's house? Okay. And then I kept walking. So, I'm walking and I'm approaching my Lola's house and it's so breaking hot, my gosh. And I'm in this thick hoodie. Gosh, I might have a heat stroke. So anyways, I noticed that my Lola's door is open. So I said, I knocked really lightly. Tuk, tuk, tuk. Lola, I'm here. It's your favorite grandchild. And I hear nothing. So I walk in slowly. And I said, Lola, are you there? Are you alive? And I hear nothing again. So I walk in closer. And I said, Lola, I'm here. Can you hear me or are you deaf now? So finally, I walk into the bedroom and there's my Lola. My God, she just cannot hear me because she's watching a TFC. She's watching her soap opera. I said, my God, Lola, you left your door open. So I just walk in. I'm calling your name. You're not saying anything. My God. And then I noticed something. I look closer. I said, Lola? My God, you look so kind of different. Did you get something done on your face? You can tell me. I won't tell anybody. But, tell me. You look kind of different. So I'm walking closer and closer to my Lola's bed, right? Because she's in her bed lying down with the covers to her neck, watching her TFC. I don't really want to take up too much time because I know she's busy watching her soap opera. So I look at her face. I'm so distracted by her face. And I said, Lola, did you visit Vicky Bello? Because what big eyes you have, Lola. And she responded, yeah, the more better to see you with my apo. I said, okay. And then I said, Lola, look at your ears. What big ears you have, Lola. And she said, oh, the more better to hear you with, apo. I said, okay. And then I said, wow, Lola, what big tits you have, Lola. And then she said, the better to eat you with, apo. I said, eat me with? Excuse me? So when my Lola said she's going to eat me, it catch me off guard. And then I started to become nervous because I'm like, what is going on here? This is different. This is, some kind of a evil, some kind of demonic, that. And then she proceeded to stand up on her bed like this is the conjuring or something. And so I started to step back a little bit and a little more. And she's like growling and growling and growling, that. And then she's like, the more better to eat you with my apo. I said, I heard you the first time. So, my Lola is on the bed. She's jumping on the bed like, dun, tororo, dun, tororo, and then laughing out loud like an evil demonic laugh, like, ha, 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 ha. And I'm like backing more up, that, doing the sign of the cross, calling on Jesus, because not today, Satan, not today. And I run out there and I run back home and I told my mom, we have to go by the Catholic Church and get Father to come to Lola's house to perform an exorcism because Lola is possessed by a demon. My gosh, I'm so shook. So, okay, we got the priest, right? We got Father from the Catholic Church. And he's like, oh, I need your help to carry the holy water, the buckets of holy water to your grandma's house because we're going to need all of the holy water here. My whole stock, we need that. So, I'm running again in the forest with 2 buckets of holy water, and I'm only like 10 years old, that's child abuse. My God. So I said, after this, I'm calling CPS because this is not right. But okay, we'll do the exorcism first. So I'm running with bucket of water. And I'm just like, bucket, why? And now we're in Lola's house, right? And father is performing the what do you call this? The exorcism, right? And it's getting very scary. Things are floating in the air, things are shaking, that. My grandma is like, twisting her arm, twisting her legs, spinning her head around at 360. It's kind of scary, that. And she's like screaming and growling, and she's using a bad words. And I said, Lola, you say those too? And anyways. And I'm over here throwing the holy water in her, trying to drown her out. And I said, get out of my Lola, you demon! Get out of her! Okay, so at this point, I'm starting to panic a little bit because, the whole house is shaking. Lola is floating in the air. Father Priest is floating in the air. The crucifix is turning upside down. Everything is floating in the house, that. And so I started to panic. And, Lola is like bending like a spider, something like that. And it's very scary to me. So I said to myself, shit, I'm going to die. And so I start running for the door and I can't open the door, that. So I'm shaking the door. I say, I don't want to die. And then I see Lola staring at me. She's staring at me with her red eyes, and then her hands start kind of looking like a skeleton, And she's like wearing this big black hoodie, I have the red hoodie, she has the black hoodie. And then her like barefoot starts to look like a goat feet, like a hooves, And so I said, oh my God, I'm going to die. So demonic Lola is in my face and I'm so frightened. I'm scared. And she starts opening her mouth with her red eyes. And I say, please Lola, don't eat me. I'm your grandchild. Don't you recognize me? And she opens her mouth all the way wide. My gosh. And all I can think about is, my God, your breath stinks, Lola. My gosh. And she starts to eat me and I'm screaming, no, Lola, I don't want to die, Lola. I don't want to die. And then I wake up. I wake up from the nap me and Lola took because we ate all of the foods I brought over and we fell asleep watching the soap opera. That's why my mother always told me never to go to sleep on a full stomach because you will get nightmares. Mothers knows best.